Happy Tuesday, December 19th. We are only less than a week away from Christmas, and here in Edmonton, it's very odd. We don't have much of any snow, so it doesn't really feel like our typical Christmas, even though everything's still happening, the calendar's still moving, and in 6 days, it is going to be Christmas Day. So I am coming to you today to let you know what's been going on this last 7 days. I will not be back again until the new year. And you'll be seeing my videos live new videos coming on Fridays during the break, but you will not see me live until the week of January 8th. So January 9th will be when I'm back on live. And in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and watch the Friday videos. So what is happening right now? Well, currently there are 2,198 listings. Our number is dropping because in both sales, but also don't forget, people are taking their home off the market or their listing has expired. It was on the market, but it didn't sell. In St. Albert, we have the same as the week before. Sherwood Park is a little lower and Spruce Grove a little bit higher in Beaumont. So nothing too crazy in terms of the inventory. And it is normal. People will pull their house off, especially right now in December, because it's a busy month for a lot of people. And they're just going to rethink it and put it back on in January. And so that's why you're going to see some numbers go down, but you're also going to see some numbers go down in active listings because things are selling. So in the last 7 days, we've had 98 sales in Edmonton that went pending, and that's compared to 127. So again, it is a slower time to buy a place, but things are still moving along. And in St. Albert, we had 3 goes pending: Sherwood Park 6, Spruce Grove 6, and Beaumont 5. So again, pretty crazy numbers. The sold in the last 7 days, we had 126 go firm. So some of the deals maybe that were written last week, if it wasn't translated over from pending to sold, could have been they could have been pending the week before. Sometimes deals are pending for 2 weeks, maybe even sometimes 3 weeks. And then sold in the last 7 days also imply new deals this week that were unconditional or just sold firm deals. And in St. Albert, we had 5, Sherwood Park 8, Spruce Grove, so that was also 8, and then Beaumont 3. There's not a whole lot of properties moving, but yes, there's still properties moving. December is quite slow at this time. Everyone's kind of taking their time off and just recalibrating, focusing on festivities, and then reconvening in January. Now, in January, I find the market still a little bit slow because people are looking at their bank accounts and their credit card statements from December. And so you tend to see a little bit of a slowdown there too. Now, all this being said, guess what? We're seeing the interest rate drop. My mortgage broker told me that on Friday, it just dropped to 5.24 posted rate. And she suspects it'll be under 5% in the new year, likely February, March kind of area. So if you have been a part of watching the interest rates over the last year and a half, 2 years, you've seen how much they've come up from where they started to where they've gone. And now they've been adjusting, just like prices have been adjusting, just like expectations have been adjusting. And everyone's fearful that once the rates go down, prices will go up, because you're seeing a lot of realtors market this fear mongering of you better buy before the prices go up. Now, I don't want to fear monger. All I want to do is give you the actual facts. The actual facts is the interest rate hasn't dropped yet. So you don't need to act in fear of, oh my gosh, if the rates are going to drop. Take a look at your actual situation and the timing you need to make. Then we figure out the strategy at that stage. And are we going to see multiple offers and craziness because the interest rates drop? I don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. Edmonton has always been more affordable because there's always been less demand. Logically speaking, in Alberta, people looking from Ontario and BC to come here, Calgary has become more expensive. They've always been more expensive, but the spread become greater between Edmonton and Calgary. And so people are now more motivated potentially to come to Edmonton. But we have to think about this. People don't just move for price. And if they do just move for price, what I'm seeing is that they end up leaving. They end up going back to where they need to go. So my advice to you, if you're looking at buying a place, and don't just look at the price, look at the location. Location is always more important than price. It's the number one real estate rule. If the city of Edmonton meets your criteria to raise your family, to have a job, to have your friends, and to have life, great. But if it doesn't and it only checks off that box because it's affordable, then that's not a good move. If you're Calgary, all your friends are, that's where your job is, that's where your life is. Okay, the price is not as great as Edmonton, but maybe just buy lower to start into that market instead of buying lower in a city that has a completely different market share. So, like if you buy in Edmonton on a lower price point, expecting it to be better than Calgary, but yet everything you want to do is in Calgary, your schooling, your work, your family, your friends, it doesn't make any sense unless you guys are able to figure out that the location in Edmonton, you can make it work. So that would be my advice. Don't have the fear mongering of the interest rates dropping and having multiple offers increase to fear you into buying a place that may not make any sense for you. You should never make a decision based on fear. You should be making a decision based on education and what is happening, what's your situation, and what makes sense. That's speculation that will have multiple offers because interest rates drop. At the end of the day, multiple offers come from high demand. We can have high demand whether the interest rates stay the same or go up or down. I've seen it in all interest rate markets. So multiple offers typically come in the spring because there's more buyers, more demand, and that is what you should do when you're thinking about timing. For sellers, you should be thinking about that as well. I think I've always educated people that February is usually a better time to put it on the market to hit it before it starts to hit in March. January may be a little too early. You might not see the activity that you want to see, but there are buyers that are still left over from this year that are going to carry into January, right? They're going to go, oh, there's finally some new property. Because keep in mind, the last few months, our inventory has been quite low and there's been very little choice. So people are watching the real estate market, and you need to talk to your realtor about how to strategize on what the best way is to market your home, because it's gone are the days of a house being put on the market and gone right away. And I know in Calgary, they're saying that's still happening. I've also heard that it's starting to finally actually slow down. In Edmonton, that's not been the case. We've had some multiple offers, but guess why? Not because the interest rates changed, because the price was competitive for the actual market. And so that's why it went more in high demand. So if you have any more questions about like being strategic on that, just make sure to watch some more videos. We've got some videos coming up on Friday, especially for first-time home buyers next week. And we've got some other videos coming this Friday. I can't remember what it is, but you'll have to tune in on Friday and see. Talk to you guys later. Bye.